What if I told you that the most powerful move in any situation requires no force, no money, no status, and no intimidation, yet it can quietly place you above chaos, above manipulation, and above fear? Most people spend their lives trying to control the outside world, but the ones who truly win learn something far more subtle. This video is not about manipulating others. It is about avoiding manipulation yourself and positioning your mind in a place of calm authority. Used correctly, this power move makes you strong, respected, and supported. Used for selfish or harmful reasons, it may still make you powerful, but it will also make you a target. Power without wisdom always attracts resistance. The number one power move to gain control over any circumstance is control over your internal state. This means control over your emotions, your reactions, your impulses, and your attention. When you master this, circumstances lose their ability to dominate you. Life may still challenge you, but it can no longer command you. Most people live in reaction mode. Something happens, and they instantly respond with anger, fear, excitement, or anxiety. They speak too fast, decide too fast, and act too fast. In doing so, they hand control to the environment, to other people, and to their own impulses. Whoever can provoke your emotions can steer your behavior. The person who controls their inner state breaks this chain. They pause where others rush. They observe where others explode. They think where others panic. This pause is not weakness, it is dominance. In that small space between stimulus and response lies freedom. When you remain calm in emotional situations, something strange happens. People begin to feel unsettled, not because you are aggressive, but because you are unmovable. Anger expects anger back. Fear expects panic. Manipulation expects reaction. When none comes, the strategy collapses. This is why calm people often become leaders, even without trying. In moments of tension, humans instinctively look for the person who is least shaken. Stability signals safety. Control over oneself signals competence. The calm mind becomes an anchor in a storm. Control over your internal state also protects you from temptation. Many bad decisions are not made because people are stupid, but because they are emotional. Lust, pride, greed, and fear cloud judgment. When emotions settle, clarity returns, and clarity restores power. This mastery also sharpens perception. When emotions are loud, reality becomes distorted. You hear what you fear, see what you expect, and assume what comforts you. A calm inner state clears the lens. You begin to notice tone, timing, intention, and patterns that others miss. Information is power, and emotional control is what allows you to receive it cleanly. This mastery is not about suppressing emotions or becoming cold. It is about not being ruled by them. You still feel anger, desire, and fear, but you decide when and how they are expressed. The emotion becomes a tool, not a master. If you want to master discipline, increase your energy, and radiate a powerful presence that make you command respect without saying a word, check out my book, The Semen Retention Blueprint. It's your step-by-step guide to taking control of your mind, body, and energy, and rising above the rest. The link is in the description below. Don't waste another day. Take deliberate action and start building your empire. Here is the truth most people never hear. The moment you stop reacting, you start commanding. The world does not bend to the loudest voice, but to the steadiest presence. Control over your internal state also removes desperation. Desperation is one of the strongest signals of weakness. It shows need, attachment, and fear of loss. When you no longer need a specific outcome, you cannot be easily pressured or manipulated. You negotiate better, walk away easier, and stand firmer. This is why non-attachment is so powerful. When you are willing to lose, you gain leverage. When you are not afraid of rejection, rejection loses its sting. When you are not dependent on approval, approval becomes irrelevant. Freedom always begins internally. In conflicts, this power move changes everything. The calm person listens more than they speak. They let others reveal themselves through emotion. They gather information while others leak it. By the time a decision is made, it is precise and controlled. In everyday life, this mastery shows up quietly. You breathe instead of snapping. You wait instead of chasing. You think instead of reacting. Over time, people begin to trust you, respect you, and feel safe around you. Power that feels safe is the kind people willingly support. This is also why discipline strengthens inner control. Practices like silence, fasting, prayer, restraint, and focused work train the nervous system to tolerate discomfort without collapsing. The more discomfort you can sit with, the less the world can push you around. Modern society constantly tries to hijack attention and emotion. News, social media, outrage, temptation, and fear are all designed to provoke reaction. Every reaction drains energy. The person who remains centered conserves power while others leak it daily. Internal control also creates long-term confidence. Not the loud, performative kind, but the quiet certainty that no matter what happens, you can handle yourself. This confidence does not depend on success or praise. It comes from self-trust. Pause here and ask yourself this. How many problems in your life were made worse, not by the situation itself, but by how you reacted to it? When you begin to see this clearly, you stop fighting symptoms and start addressing the root. You stop trying to dominate people and start mastering yourself. Ironically, this is when influence naturally increases. This power move also keeps you morally grounded. Because it is not about control over others, it does not require deception, cruelty, or force. It allows you to be powerful and still be loved. It allows strength without isolation. However, true mastery also demands patience. Results are not always immediate, and ego often wants fast proof. Remaining internally controlled when nothing seems to change is where most people fail. Those who persist quietly separate themselves from the rest. When used correctly, this mastery creates harmony. You become someone others rely on, not someone they fear. You become stable in unstable times. You become clear when others are confused. The world cannot give power to someone who already governs themselves. The greatest power move is invisible. It does not announce itself. It does not need validation. It is the quiet authority of a person who cannot be rushed, shaken, or controlled from the outside. And perhaps the most important truth is this. Once you master your inner state, you are no longer at war with life. You move with it, not against it. Circumstances become challenges instead of threats, and pressure becomes fuel instead of fear. Control your internal state, and you control your life. Not by force, but by presence. Not by domination, but by mastery. And once you have it, no circumstance can truly take it away. If you made it until here, leave a crown emoji in the comments so I know you finished what you started. Remember, live with honor or die a coward. Thanks for watching, brother. Take care.